Hello guys, this is Alua. This is my first video on my Alua Covers channel, and I just wanted to post a little, blurb about who I am, what I want to, do in the utaite space, and just overall how I want to, contribute, improve as a singer, my goals, stuff like that. So I'm gonna just, start it off with who I am. Hi, Alua. As of posting this, I am 17 years old, and I am just a high school student who is working on, improving their voice and just becoming a good singer. I started singing around junior year, which was last year, and I started singing, right at the start of the year. So before that, I didn't know anything about notes. I didn't know anything about rhythms. I didn't know anything about you know, just singing in general. So I was just very new to, being a singer in general. And I joined something called the Select Choir, and I started singing choir songs. And obviously I've always loved J-pop. I've always loved Yoasobi, and I've always loved, people like Ado. I played a lot of Osu, so that's also where I get a lot of my love for these JP style songs and K-pop style songs. And so as a singer, for me, a big part of becoming a better singer is being able to unlock the ability to sing these songs range wise, posture wise, and just overall becoming a better singer. So my goals are one, I want to release a full cover of RIP by Gumi. I'll probably take it down the octave and go for the C5 instead of the C6, not the original octave, because I am just a guy. That'll take a while. I also want to release at least one auto cover. I want to release my first cover, which will probably be soon. I have it in the works. Um, and I also want to bring a positive space to the community who's also honest about what I do. So I think a lot of times, when you're looking on Instagram or looking on YouTube or all these things, right? A lot of people, when they're singing, they're not honest about, what they're using. They're not honest about using EQ. They're not honest about using, compression. They're not honest about using Melodyne. And it's really harmful for singers, right, to be in a community and not be able to see, oh, this person's using Melodyne, this person's using, whatever they're using. And so I want to change that. I want to be very honest and forthcoming. That's why in my videos I make it very clear what I use. For example, for the I want you to tell me the moon is beautiful cover, I didn't time it. I tuned it. I added a bit of EQ and a bit of compression. That's it. And I put that in my thingy because I want to just be honest about what I'm doing specifically. I also want to learn a little bit about EQ, compression, these things, and I want to see if I can learn how to mix myself. It's obviously just going to be something that's difficult and something that's going to take time, but hopefully eventually I'll be able to get to a point where I'm not struggling and I can, help produce my own covers, if not produce the whole thing. Obviously, most of the time I still, especially when I get older and I have the ability to, have money, my own money that I can spend freely. I want to make sure that I'm paying these people, and paying some mixers to help me out with my covers. And so if you have enjoyed some of these covers and you like what I want to do with my life, what I want to do with my singing career, I would love if you could, drop a sub, whatever it may be, help me out here. And then finally, I want to talk a little bit about future projects. So right now I have a project with a guitarist. I have a project with an Eyes Closed cover I have coming up. I have an Outsider cover, which I've already showed a sneak peek of in one of my shorts. A really cool cover coming up. One really, really cool cover. And then I have another cover, which is an instinct cover, which should be coming out. And I also have a cover of, a Lulu Freerin, which is coming out with a friend. So those are just some projects that I'm working on right now, and I'm gonna be adding even more. And yeah, so obviously, like something that I do think I want to incorporate is this idea of psychopathic grind. Like a lot of what my friends say is to become a good singer, to become an utaite, you need to like undergo this psychopathic grind to get, where you want to be. And I think that's something I want to bring in. I want to, do that psychopathic grind. I want to lock in. I want to like have the ability to just freaking grind for hours and hours and hours and hours and get exactly the sound I want. And it'll take a while. I think specifically with mix, it's a big issue for me, like figuring out where my mixed is, and figuring out how to deal with that and how to make it sound good. And that'll probably take years. um, but hopefully by the end of this I will be better, and if I just do the thing, I'll get better. That's the hope. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please drop a sub again, and goodbye.